Hello, I'm Debbie O'Leary, and I'd like to welcome you to English Ranch, your ESL Solution Specialist. If you would like additional information about our company, you can visit us at www.englishranch.com. Today I will be presenting Benchmarking with SOS, Specific Objective Systems, by English Ranch. During the next 10 minutes, I would like to introduce benchmarking and how it applies to language training at a corporate level. We'll also talk about who should be involved in a successful benchmarking project, as well as the tools offered by English Ranch to manage the full cycle of benchmarking across all levels. We'll talk about the benefits of benchmarking through the use of our specific objective system. And finally, we'll briefly look at the results of benchmarking. ESL benchmarking is specifically applied to language learning. Let's begin with the question, what is benchmarking? Well, benchmarking is a tool used to define clear objectives across various levels of an organization. The objectives are shared by interested parties and provide the means to measure the performance of those involved. You might be wondering how benchmarking relates to language training. Well, the purpose of ESL benchmarking is to link specific language skills to job types. Job types can be according to business sectors, professions, regions or countries, pay scales, locations, and so on. It's important to define job types and to classify them based on the use of English by employees. Let's look at benchmark applications. Now that you know how benchmarking relates to language training, you can easily imagine that it has several areas of useful applications. Let's look at how benchmarking is used and, more importantly, what the general benefits are. Benchmarks can be used for external comparison. For example, we can compare a company's position within an industry at a regional, national, or even international level. However, we will focus on the internal advantages of benchmarking. If we have a clearly defined set of objectives, then trainers can prepare personalized training contents that will increase the probability of meeting the objectives in a timely manner. Auditing can be used to ensure that your staff has the language proficiency level required for a given task or project, in addition to providing a standard method for comparing language proficiency. A clearly defined set of objectives can be used to specify the language level required for a job or to screen applicants. In career development, we can use benchmarks to select the right staff for promotions or select the right candidate for a specific assignment. Benchmarks can also be used to review progress and to set new goals to stay competitive or even to gain a competitive advantage. You might be wondering who is involved in benchmarking. Benchmarking must be endorsed by the company's training manager and welcomed by senior managers. Typically, the number of staff members involved depends on the support from management and the actual needs of the group or department. Our pedagogy expert offers help to identify appropriate task items to evaluate. The training manager coordinates the activities while the department head identifies the participants. How is everyone involved in benchmarking? We've just talked about who is involved. Now let's see how and look at their respective roles. Let me begin by saying that our trained staff and online tools will support you every step of the way. There are basically three major tasks involved. The first task is to identify job types. This is usually done with HR managers. While it is not mandatory to identify job types, it helps to define benchmarks at the job level. The second task is to define benchmarks at the company level, the job type level, and the individual or employee level. Benchmarks defined at the company level will apply to all employees in the language training program, whereas benchmarks defined at the job type level will apply to employees within a specific job type. The third task is to assess individual levels. The assessment phase is completed at regular intervals and at the end of a training program. The initial assessment should be completed in a relatively short time frame and in test conditions. Upon completion, an English Ranch specialist will present the results and suggest individual training programs for employees who are below minimum benchmark levels. The assessment is comprehensive and is achieved with internet-based tests, as well as trainer-based tests for various language skills. Let's look at benchmarking tools. As I mentioned before, benchmarking can be achieved at various levels. Our Specific Objective System, or SOS, supports benchmarking at the company level, job type level, and staff member level. The SOS system integrates all the different tasks into one personalized set of benchmarks for each employee. The result is a set of skill-specific objectives. English Ranch has already defined standard benchmark sets for companies, job types, and individuals. These will be available and can be customized to fit your specific needs. Let's look at English Ranch's benchmarking tools. Specific Objective System. Here is an example of our SOS core screen that enables all participants to define a personalized set of skills for each learner. The skills are grouped into three major language areas: fluency, reading, and writing. The HR manager, together with the employee's department head, can define the minimum target level and priority for each learner. Each skill area has different focal points. Learners can express their opinion about their own level, and the trainer can provide input for the level evaluation in each area. Please note that the information on this screen is displayed in compliance with the Common European Framework defined by the European Union. So what are the benefits of benchmarking? Earlier, I talked about the internal applications of benchmarking and gave some examples of the advantages that benchmarking offers in different areas. Here, I would like to talk about the specific benefits offered by our SOS system. Let's look at the benefits gained by each participant. HR managers have clear and well-defined training objectives for each learner. They may easily discover problem areas. They can establish acceptable levels of performance for each objective. And they can track performance outcomes and know when a goal has been reached. HR managers can also share goals with the learner and the trainer. They can define and agree on time and achievement method, as well as revise and review objectives if the job responsibilities for an individual change, for example. They can group staff members into appropriate classes and improve efficiency. And they can obtain statistics. HR managers can also evaluate the training method. Let's take a look at the benefits to the learners. Learners have a clear understanding of set targets and what is expected. They can identify their responsibilities and contributions to the learning process, including how much time will be required. Benchmarks act as a reference for self-improvement and career development for learners. Employees can discover what language skills are required for other jobs in their company. Finally, let's take a look at the benefits to the trainer. The trainer can design relevant training sessions, focus on predetermined goals during the lessons to be sure the targets are met, provide specific feedback about progress at regular intervals, and the trainer can raise the bar. In this case, the language bar. Why benchmark? To summarize what we've seen so far, benchmarking offers both external and internal advantages. In this presentation, we have focused on the internal advantages offered by our specific objective system to each staff member involved in defining training contents across various sectors and in auditing. So what are the results of benchmarking? The results include the benefits of benchmarking itself. The company now has a set of minimum and desirable language levels for every job type. Whenever an employee or job candidate's language level is tested, the results can be checked against the benchmark. The company now has concrete results to compare itself against the competition at regional, national, or even international levels. It's been a pleasure for me to present SOS from English Ranch. If you would like more information or would like a free trial of our training method, visit us at www.englishranch.com. This has been Debbie O'Leary, Training Director at English Ranch. Thanks for your attention.